How do I compare version numbers in Python? I am walking a directory that contains eggs to add those eggs to the sys.path. If there are two versions of the same .egg in the directory, I want to add only the latest one. I have a regular expression r caret p backslash w plus dash p backslash d backslash dot plus dash dot plus backslash dot egg dollar to extract the name and version from the file name. The problem is comparing the version number, which is a string like 2.3.1. Since I'm comparing strings, 2 sorts above 10, but that's not correct for versions. I could do some splitting, parsing, casting to int, etc., and I would eventually get a workaround. But this is Python, not Java. Is there an elegant way to compare version strings?
What's wrong with transforming the version string into a tuple and going from there? Seems elegant enough for me. At Kindle Solution is a quick example of how good the code would look.
Use packaging.version, which supports PEP 440 style ordering of version strings. An ancient and now deprecated method you might encounter is tistutils.version. It's undocumented and conforms only to the superseded PEP 386. As you can see, it sees valid PEP 440 versions as not strict and therefore doesn't match modern Python's notion of what a valid version is. As tistutils.version is undocumented, here are the relevant doc strings.
The packaging library contains utilities for working with versions and other packaging-related functionality. This implements PEP 0440 version identification and is also able to parse versions that don't follow the PEP. It is used by pip and other common Python tools to provide version parsing and comparison. This was split off from the original code in setup tools and package_resources to provide a more lightweight and faster package. Before the packaging library existed, this functionality was, and can still be, found in package_resources, a package provided by setup tools. However, this is no longer preferred as setup tools is no longer guaranteed to be installed. Other packaging tools exist, and package_resources ironically uses quite a lot of resources when imported. However, all the docs in discussion are still relevant. From the parse_version, docs. Parsed a project's version string as defined by PEP 440. The returned value will be an object that represents the version. These objects may be compared to each other and sorted. The sorting algorithm is as defined by PEP 440 with the addition that any version which is not a valid PEP 440 version will be considered less than any valid PEP 440 version, and the invalid versions will continue sorting using the original algorithm. The original algorithm reference was defined in older versions of the docs, before PEP 440 existed. Semantically, the format is a rough cross between distill strict version and loose version classes. If you give it versions that would work with strict version, then they will compare the same way. Otherwise, comparisons are more like a smarter form of loose version. It is possible to create pathological version coding schemes that will fool this parser, but they should be very rare in practice. The documentation provides some examples. If you want to be certain that your chosen numbering scheme works the way you think it will, you can use the package_resources.parse_version function to compare different version numbers.
Even what is called to tell, these underlying spin.